Welcome, dear Aries people. This is your yearly horoscope for the year of 2022. Very concise, precise what is going on for the Aries people. If you have your ascendant in Aries, your sun, or to a lesser extent your moon in Aries. So let's have a look, let's delve into this. I'm going to talk about the Venus retrograde, the Mars retrograde, the Jupiter Neptune conjunction, and of course Jupiter in your sign. Yay, thank God for that. And also about the outer planets, so Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, where they are positioning itself if it's important. So let's get started. First of all, during the you could say December of 2021 and then January, February, the focus will be on the Venus retrograde. And for cardinal signs like you, this is super, super important because you are a cardinal sign and this is happening. This Venus, going backwards and forwards, is happening in the highest spot of your horoscope, the 10th house we call it. It's the house of career, it's the house of your, you could say your connection with parent, but also your social contribution to the world. You know, if you say, but Veer, I'm 75 and I'm not working anymore, it's how other people see you. The midheaven, which is the highest point of your horoscope, is a bit like a second ascendant, I feel. And so this is very, very significant. Now, this Venus, of course, I'm going into detail for the monthly horoscopes, but in a nutshell, it's not just a Venus retrograde going retrograde at 25 degrees of Capricorn, backwards and forwards in the 10th house of career. No, it's also making a conjunction with Mars, and it's also making a conjunction with Pluto. So this is massive transformation, massive, serious, committed transformation. And we are all gonna feel it, but you're gonna feel it the most, you as an Aries person, if you've got planets at the very end of Aries, of course. You're gonna feel it more than in the beginning. So if you're a late born Aries person, let's say your birthday as from the 14th of April and onwards, you are gonna feel it the most. And this is about, could be a plenty of things, but the main thing is that it's when Pluto is involved, it's about power, it's about control. So there are things there that need to go, that you attach yourself too much and you know that you don't have to. So for you in that area, it's work. It could be work that you're attaching yourself way too much towards and you need to let it go. Or it could, depending on your situation, could be the other way around. Maybe you are in a job that you don't feel passionate about anymore, and now all of a sudden there's something there that catches your eye. Maybe it's even a person, you know, Venus and Mars together. It's always about love and passion, but in the 10th house it more has to do that through a person or at your work. But also it could be that there is a job or there is a profession that catches your eye and that you really want it. And then this Pluto is about putting your teeth into it. You see, it depends on your situation, but definitely career opportunities, but it has to do with breaking down in order to build up again. Okay, so very, very, I think Aries people are gonna love it because they love to to be passionate, and Mars is your ruler. So Mars together with Venus, with Pluto, wow, that is powerful. Then we go towards April, the 12th of April. It's another significant period of time, a bit less important for you because this is more important for the mutable signs and you're not a mutable sign. And that has to do with the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. That is very, very rare to happen in Pisces. But this is, so it's around the 12th of April. You feel it the whole of April, so to speak, because then Venus will be there in Pisces as well, and Mars will be there. It will be a traffic jam in your 12th house. So there, it's almost like you made the decision when it comes to your very social, or not social, but your career life, or how the world sees you. And then it's a bit of a resting pause. It seems strange, but it is how I see it. It is a lot about letting go of old baggage. It's a lot about that month. It's a lot about spirituality. It's a lot about, you could say, if you can, you do a trip or something like that to a faraway country where you can relax and where you can reload the batteries when Jupiter comes into your sign, which will be in May, that you can revive, that you can expand again. So it's like the rest before, you could say, not the storm, but the rest before something new happens. So it's a good time for you to relax and to be calm and to be still. Then in August up until the month of March of 2023, that is an amazing time, because then we're gonna have a Mars retrograde. Mars is normally 6 weeks in a sign, and now it's going to be 7 months in a sign of Gemini, which is good news for you because Gemini is an air sign, and that goes well with Aries energy. So not all retrogrades are negative or perceived even as, well, they're always neutral, but they aren't always perceived as negative. And for you, I think it has the opportunity to be a very positive Mars retrograde, because it's in your third house of communication and of siblings, of the neighborhood. So there is something that you want to launch that has to do with one of those things. It's either communication, it's either PR. When you have your own business, it's definitely PR. It's very, very lively because Mars is your ruler and it is in the third house. So it means that there is a possibility to liveliness and to starting up something that is not easy to start up. And then when Mars goes direct again, off you go, right? Off you go. And Mars is direct around, it's actually direct around the 13th of January of 2023. So you will have the latest part of, from August to December, the preparation there. And the good news is as well, whilst all this is going on in your third house, new ways of communication, new ways of short trips as well. You could do a lot of short trips during that time, maybe for business or maybe for pleasure. It doesn't matter. It's a very social period for you, because this Mars will make a lot of aspects as well, and a very positive one with Saturn. Mars in a trine actually with Saturn, which means it means stability, but also square to Neptune. So there's also there that longing for some peace and some rest, because this Neptune is in your 12th house, remember. So it won't be always easy to pause. Therefore, best to pause is around April. And then, whilst all this is going on, this revival of social contacts as well. I mean, a lot of social connection, social, a lot of activity, email, telephone, all of that stuff. A lot of business-like energy. And this is in combination when Jupiter is coming into Aries. And that is from the 11th of May up until 29th of October. Then it jumps into Pisces again, but the biggest chunk of time that Jupiter, the planet of expansion, will be in your sign, which happens only once every 12 years, from the 11th of May and 29th of October. Then it is go, 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 girl, or man, or boy. But it is a time of expansion, especially when it's your sun sign. Jupiter will pass your sun sign during that period. That means expansion of work, expansion of possibilities. When it's your rising sign, it's your whole life path. You can learn new things. You can do a lot of Jupiterian things, which is travel, learning, teaching, reading, studying, broadening your perspective, basically. So you see, all these things are all quite positive for you up until now, but and still, it's quite a positive year for the Aries people. I mean, of course, overall, don't get me wrong, these are very general horoscopes, of course. Then what about the nodes? The nodes are shifting As from, you could say, January of 2022, they are shifting into Taurus, the North Node and the South Node in Scorpio. Again, for you, this is 2022 is very much an emphasis on Aries people. I would not recommend to focus too much on others. I know that this doesn't mean to say that you're not going to have relationships and blah, blah, blah. No, it just means focus on you and then the rest will follow. That's a bit the overall view of the year. Focus on Aries, focus on yourself, focus on your expansion with Jupiter in your sign, but also focus on your self-worth and on your resources and your assets, especially when you had a hard time. When you had like Pluto squaring up to your Aries energy and you had some transformations to do, it is really a time to build up your confidence, to build up a better stability when it comes to your finances as well. And this is with the North Node shifting into your second house, because the North Node shows, where do I need to put my focus on? Well, on your self-confidence. So the confidence of self grows by focusing on self, not focusing on others. I know. But normally for an Aries person, that is an easy thing to do. But of course, we're not just Aries. I mean, I have my moon in Aries. I'm very glad I have that, because otherwise I would be too much oriented towards other people with all my Virgo energy. But anyway, use it right. Use it to explore, to expand, to solidify. So for times where the focus will come to a bit more to other people, but not this year. So the North Node in your sign is all about, how can I make more money? How can I grow my self-worth? And not about, I need the value of other people. I exaggerate now a little bit. I need value of other people. I need that other people like me. No. It's nothing about that. It's actually letting go of that, because there's the South Node. So very interesting transit as well of the nodes. And so that's the most important. I know there's not a lot of focus on relationships, but I think when you solidify, when you ground yourself more in the self, automatically your relationships are going to be more positive. And especially when Jupiter is in your sign, you are going to attract people way more, because you are more optimistic, you are full of hope. And so the Uranus-Saturn square, that was very important in 2021. I'm not going to talk about it in 2022, and because it just comes up once again in October. It's a square again, but that's not even important for Aries people, because this is happening in fixed sign. I'm not even going to mention that, you know. So focus on that Jupiter on your sign, focus on the rest in April, focus on a very lively period between August and December time. And of course, the ones who are born after the 14th and onwards, they are gonna have Pluto still squaring up to their sun sign or their moon or their ascendant. And that has all to do with that, the beginning of the year that I was mentioning, this Venus, Mars, Pluto thing. It's all about career and your destiny, how you want to be seen in the world. So you have opportunity to improve that. You have an opportunity to die and to be reborn, without literally, of course, it's figuratively. Having said that, I like this year for you. I really, really do. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.